Welcome to the Sleazegrinder Show. This week on the show, Chris and Tina from Heroes and Xmortis. We're going to solve the dance crisis tonight.
I'm a no wolf, but it ain't my night to howl. I'm a big bad wolf, and I just been on the prowl. I went to see my baby, and she said to me, "You ain't the wolf that you used to be." I'm a no wolf, but it ain't my night to howl.
So, hey everybody, this of course is The Last Gang in Town, TV edition. To my left, Chris Heavy Necker Cardone. Hey buddy.
Hey.
Of Heavy Necker and the Drax. Next to me is my beautiful bride, Stacy Dawn, also our producer. And to my far right, of course, it's Stacy DC. Hello. The Chachi to my fawns. And tonight, as we mentioned, both Chris and Tina of Heroes and Xmortis, two of the biggest dance nights in town, are going to be here, and we're going to find out all about what it takes to make a great dance night here in Boston. Because some folks like to do that, man. They like to go out dancing.
There's like names to like certain events that continue to happen. Do they always happen? I'm gonna save my questions for the guests.
Yeah, just save your questions. We might, if we have the time, we might even show off some of our signature dance moves. Stacy, if you have some music queued up later on, we might show. So Stacy has an elbow thing that I really like, that maybe we'll show.
That sounds
Stacy and Stacy DC has a couple of moves. One I find very unsettling, but I think it might prove popular. Guys, come on in. Here they are, everybody. Let's hear it for them. We got Chris and we got Xtine of both Heroes and Xmortis, two of the biggest dance nights here in Boston.
Thank you.
Here's what I want to say, Stacy. We're happy to have these two here. And I want to thank them because of them, I now go out dancing regularly. I'm not saying I go out dancing every day, but I go out dancing regularly.
More than me, if you could believe it.
And here's my history of dancing. First 44 years, no dancing. There was no dancing. 2 years ago, remember this, Stacy DC? You and I went.
I was there the night that it all went down.
Yeah. We went over to Zuzu, which is down the street. It was our buddy DJ Paul Foley's night, and we danced. I danced for the first time.
Yeah.
But it was
like Madonna versus Janet.
It was Madonna versus Janet. That's what was happening, which is not my jam. Neither of those are my jam.
Not your jam.
How could neither of those be your jam?
Neither of those are my jam. Stacy, neither of those are your jam either, right?
He's not a Madonna or Janet Jackson person at all. Nothing.
Apparently not.
No.
It's okay. I didn't know that at the time, though. It looked like he was very.
But then Stacy Dawn and I went to Heroes at Machine.
Yes.
Down there in downtown Boylston Street.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. I was third wheeling it. Stacy went out with your friend Allison, remember?
Yes.
And I third wheeled it. I don't even know if you wanted me to come, but I came.
No, I wanted you to come.
I don't think it was your intention to have me go. Because you were like, he's not going to go. What do I care? I'll invite him because he's not going to go. But then I went. And I danced by myself. You guys danced together. That's fine. I danced by myself.
Man, you showed her. You showed them, I should say.
Yeah. But I really liked it. The music was great. The vibe was great. And I was like, this is a thing that I can do. And I have done it several times since. And it's always a great time. And it's all because of these two. At the aptly named Heroes, everybody. Heroes, which has been going on for a long time. Chris, you founded Heroes, correct?
Well, it started as a night at Man Ray when that was open.
Yeah.
So it was well over, I'd say, 12, 13 years it's been going.
Yeah.
It started at Man Ray. When Man Ray closed, we moved to Toast in Union Square, and then went to Axis, and when that closed, went to TT's, and now we're at the Middle Eastern Machine.
So the club's closed, but Heroes outlives them all.
Yeah, yes.
That's correct, yes.
What do you think it is? Why is it? Why is this particular dance night so immortal? Like, why? How come everybody else dies around it, and yet it keeps going on?
Well, I think it resonates with a lot of people, a lot of different ages, a lot of different groups of people.
Yeah.
It's not really tied to, one trend or another. It existed before the 80s were thought of as being cool.
Yeah.
And it's just kept on going.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like there's a lot of people that have been going for 10 years, 12 years, however long it's been.
Yes.
But then, of course, you got to get, in order to keep things fresh, you've got to have the influx of younger people coming in too.
Exactly, and they do.
Yeah. How do the young people find out about Heroes?
Well, we're hoping Facebook is a big part of it.
Our social media presence. We still do flyers and do everything the old school way like that.
Well, you've had sold out shows, so
Yeah.
seems like you're doing the right stuff.
Well, we hope so. We try and find new different social media things to get involved with and new calendars to be on all the time.
What do you need? I mean, what do you need these days? I think we're a little behind on that stuff for
Yeah.
our own shows.
Yeah, exactly.
You need
Twitter,
a
I think
big
Is Twitter
Facebook presence.
is Twitter big?
It is.
Definitely big.
We don't tweet though.
Yeah, you don't tweet?
I tend to talk in more than 140 characters. So
Yeah.
In terms of like, I play in 2 bands. In terms of like a band, it's just like kind of the idea behind promoting an event. Twitter has never, in my opinion, been like too strong of a form, but like people are much more enticed by a visual
Yeah,
advertisement.
like Instagram is big.
Instagram is very big. It's starting actually to take over for Facebook because now you have to pay to get reach on Facebook.
Yeah.
Also, both nights are sort of they're sort of classic. You've decided what they're going to be, and that's what they've stayed for the most part. It's not trendy. Your dance nights aren't.
I mean,
trendy.
they evolve with time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think a lot of the reason that we get people is word of mouth from people who come to the nights.
Yeah.
And longtime followers also gets out there. But I mean, Heroes has evolved from it being strictly an 80s night to, there's some more like new indie dance stuff mixed in here
Yeah,
or there. It's become less of a very rigid format. And I think our willingness to adapt the night without changing the essence of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It keeps it fresh and young. When 12 years ago, my playlist would be totally different from what it is today, despite it being the same night with the same idea behind it.
Do you guys have anywhere you just absolutely won't go? Like that's a deal breaker in terms of something you won't explore.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean musically?
Yeah.
Yeah, or just
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely stuff that I think is not Heroes music.
Right.
Well,
like
you're never
country
going to
or-
come in and hear a rap song or a rap artist play.
I disagree. I play Grandmaster Flash and things that
Well.
are like appropriate. Less so in things like Skrillex or
Yeah.
you won't hear a lot of dubstep at Heroes, definitely.
No dubstep. That's good.
Yeah.
Good, I don't have the dance moves for that.
By the way, so Carlisle, who was on the show you remember Carlisle?
Yes.
She RSVP'd to some dance night called Excess that I never heard of, but it's like a alt dance night. And I just want to say this. This is what it says on it. It's for goths, burners, fetishists, queers, and spinners. I don't know what 2 of those things are. I don't like.
You know what that means, Ken?
Yeah, I know what it means.
Oh,
That's
you
why
know
I'm
what
asking.
it means, man. Be careful.
We've got to go to that.
You're supposed to know, right? I don't know what a burner or a spinner is.
A burner is like a pothead, right?
Oh, it is? I don't know. Is it?
No, those are people who go to Burning Man and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's like they-
Oh.
I mean, why do they have? They have their own category.
Yeah, they have.
They do. They do.
And spinners are people who
For that
Spin
one
do
week
thing-
a
do
year
thing with
that
fire.
they go to a
Yep.
thing?
Spin the
Spinning
poi
things with
stuff.
fire
The
or-
Oh, really?
lighting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking swingers.
That's entirely
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, swinging
I
and
threw
spinning
that
are very
too
different
with the
concepts.
fetish.
You don't leave your keys in a jar by the door.
Yeah, right. All right, so that's what burners and
I think
spinners
we're
are.
too normcore to go there.
We might be. I still don't understand what burners like. Burners are just people that go to Burning Man. Why would
I
they
think
be any
that's
different?
infuriating that they have their own.
Yeah, that is really annoying to me that they would.
Because you go to some expensive thing
Is it-
once a year.
Is it because they would be dressed in a different way than?
I go
than
on
other
vacation
people?
to Vermont every year.
I
Do
feel like
get a
it's
title?
more of the cultural difference. I can't
Yeah.
speak
Yeah.
on
It's
it too much.
a fashion and cultural difference.
It's
right.
I can't speak on it too much because I myself am not a burner, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, think
You're
about
damn
like
right you're not a burner.
trying to think of something that is exclusive to you that somebody, because they don't dress like you, because they don't go to the same places as you, are not like you. You know?
Yeah,
Well, you're
And I mean, since
subculture,
Burning
baby.
Man is such a, you know, a cultural gathering,
Yeah.
and that there are like-minded people, obviously, all over the country and all over the world, and they do things more than once a year.
Right.
You know, and events like Excess or whatever.
I think Excess and Allure are run by the same person, so I think those nights are connected somehow.
Yeah, it's very much a cultural thing.
Stacy, would you rather hang out with a burner or a spinner?
A burner.
Yeah.
The spinners do some beautiful work, though. If you've ever seen them on a dance floor.
I've never seen any
They're
spinners,
like-
but
Sometimes
there's
instead of
some-
fire, they'll use like LED lights
Yeah, yeah.
just for
Yeah.
safety.
I think I
really-
could get into it. I
it's
think I
what
could get
they're-
into some
it's,
spinning.
it's like ballet in the air. It's gorgeous stuff.
So yeah, so I don't know. It sounds pretty good. I think I might try it out. A little burning, a little spinning. I thought burners was going to be some kind of Mad Max. Like guys show up dressed like Mad Max. They'd be burners.
No. And Ramstein aren't burners either, even though they like them.
Yeah, that's right.
That could be a whole new thing.
All the time.
That could be a whole new thing.
What, guys dressed up like Mad Max?
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
can
a
you go
whole
through
new
the
night.
list again?
That's
Burners,
actually
Goths.
Xmortis Apocalypse.
Right.
Is what that is, so.
The list is goths, burners, fetishists, queers, and spinners.
Yeah.
So everybody's
I mean,
got to
let's
fit in there
kind of
somewhere.
Narrow down. I don't know. Do I fit in anywhere there?
I feel like there's a lot of gray lines between some of those categories. Like I feel like you can be a queer if you're also a fetishist and vice versa.
Yeah, you can be several of those at once.
Yeah.
But you can also be none of those. And they probably wouldn't know the difference.
But
so
I-
maybe if you'd be fine.
I would
I
argue
just
that
hope
you
you don't
can't
have to
be
check in
just
at the
one of
door.
those.
Yeah,
You're
you have to
probably
tell.
a burner
Like
and a
I could
spinner
be like,
at the
I'm
same
gonna get
time.
FetLife. I have FetLife because I just downloaded it.
Yeah, you'd have to tell them which one you are so they can check it off at the door.
I think the idea of publishing a list like that is
Yeah.
to let people know that the night is very friendly to members of the counterculture.
Right.
So if you feel like, say, like you don't want to go to Foley's or something like that, or
Yeah.
you would be laughed out of certain establishments, this is to let
You don't want to go
you
to
know
Middlesex.
Yeah.
that if you are part of
Right.
any kind of counterculture movement, you're accepted and welcomed there.
By the way,
So
can
who
I?
do you think belongs in your
Oh, they all belong in there. To heroes.
all those
We
guys?
welcome
Anyone
all.
else?
Yeah.
We welcome all.
I mean, one of the things that I think was one of the keystones for Xmortis and Heroes, which both started at Man Ray, was the fact that Man Ray was a kind of safe haven where you could be a part of the underground or a counterculture thing. You could be queer. It didn't matter. Everyone could feel safe in that space. So
It's a safe
by
space.
keeping these nights going, that's something that we've tried to
maintain
Yeah.
a lot of, and especially myself being the hostess, it's important that I walk around, that I get to talk to people, that I see what they like, what they don't like. I want to hear everything. I want to go back and talk about it with Chris and Terry and say, look, this is what everybody loves and this is what everybody doesn't, so let's, change this and that, revamp this, make it work. Thankfully, we don't get a lot of complaints. We
That's
get a
what
lot
keeps
of,
it alive, I think.
Yeah.
This is very
not
welcoming.
necessarily the changing the tunes. You have to change tunes, but like making sure. Well, I guess that's part of the tunes changing is part of what you just said. I'd imagine, but like the taking in feedback and actively going for it. I think that is what keeps you guys hopping from
Well, it's like being a
keeping
DJ.
alive.
Being a radio DJ is different than being a club DJ.
Mm.
I never set any kind of like playlists aside from this David
Right.
Bowie, and
Yeah.
I didn't even write down what I was going to play. It's very much on the fly.
Mm.
You need to feel what the crowd is and then respond to that. you
Yeah,
know?
that's really interesting, and I want to get to that when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few minutes, and we're going to talk about more about how Heroes works and how Xmortis works, and whether you ought to be there or not. And I think you probably should be. So, and then maybe we'll do some dance moves when we get back. I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
Depends on
Get all warmed
depends
up.
on how we feel. I feel kind of dancey. I don't know about these guys.
I haven't stretched yet, Ken. I just
Okay.
got in.
All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes. And we're back with Chris and Xtine from Heroes and Xmortis. And before we took a break, we were talking about Man Ray, and then maybe not everybody knows about Man Ray, so I will sum up Man Ray. It was a Goth Industrial Club that was around the corner here. I think it's a condo now, right? That's all it is
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's what I liked about this place. And you're right. People didn't discriminate. But you could be whatever you wanted in there, except they discriminated you at the door by how you were dressed.
Really?
They discriminate you by the clothes you wear, which is, I think, is how you should discriminate against everybody. That's what I believe in.
Yeah, it was
get to
very,
wear
it was
black.
very much a.
I got thrown out of there once or twice because I had white sneakers on, and then you're out. You can't come
Really?
in. Yeah.
Wow, that's
It's
intense.
hard to
All
believe
black.
that you were wearing.
Yeah.
I know it was a weird time. I was going through a weird stage there in the early '90s,
Shoes,
but
man,
Your
no.
Mr. Clean period.
yeah. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. It was like you had to dress a certain way to get in, and then other than that, you could do whatever you wanted. So it was pretty great, and the music was awesome. And I still can't believe it's gone. It just seemed like it was such a thriving subculture.
Yeah.
So essentially, Xmortis is Man Ray, just in a nomadic kind of way, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And it also has a dress code, correct?
That is
It
correct.
does.
Yep.
Yes.
That's great.
What's the dress code?
Well, it starts off with the minimum all black, and then depending on the theme of the evening will depend upon how the dress code progresses from there.
Oh wow.
For instance, in February, the next date is the Vampy Valentine's theme. So as you can imagine, you have your basic all black, and then from there, it's any type of vampire you really want to be, or
Be
You can
all
wear
black?
red,
You can
or
wear red,
you can-
yes.
you can
But
wear
the
red.
overall focus has to be black.
well,
Yeah, the
you
idea
can.
is, the idea is to keep out tourists, which I think was the idea about the dress code at Man Ray too. You'd think that people in baseball hats and jeans and
Right.
cutoffs.
Out of here.
Yeah, it was more to keep out an unsavory element.
Yeah.
I mean, you could dress the part and go to Man Ray, and even if it was something that you didn't normally do, if you wanted to go look at the situation. But once you were inside, you realized very quickly that you were outnumbered by everybody else there. So there were never fights, or people didn't harass people or whatever. They were the tourists
Yeah.
in this alien,
That
Right.
sounds like a pretty good gig. Just
Yeah, it is.
pointing fingers and saying no.
Yeah.
You got to be really
No.
toned into like what that is though,
Right.
to be able to do that.
So Chris, just
You don't want the whole club turning on the door guy. I mean,
just as a basic exercise, we're all trying to get into Man Ray.
Right.
It's 1994, whatever it is. All right. You just tell us if we're in or out. She's in.
She's in.
Is she in?
White shirt.
Yeah, but it's.
Oh, she could get into Heroes, definitely.
Heroes.
What
yeah.
if I just took it off?
oh, there's a dress code of
There you
heroes.
go.
Yeah,
then
yes.
you get in. Then you're fine.
Yes.
All right. Shirt off. You can get in. How about Stacia? Can she get in?
I came from work.
I feel
That's
like
my
her hair
excuse.
is
She's
just
got
gets
She
right
could
in.
obviously get into Heroes.
She get into Heroes? No. So you two are not getting into Man Ray.
The hair is beautiful, so those would be bonus points.
Thank you.
And obviously, the door people did have discretion.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Is this guy getting? This guy's not getting in. This is the element you're trying to keep out. Look at him.
I'm not getting in.
He's not getting in.
I'm getting in.
There are
totally
sometimes
get it.
questions
I'm
at the
thinking.
door, and we'll go up
You know
and
you're
check out
gonna-
an outfit and answer the question like yeah or nay, and you can tell right away
Yeah.
if it's somebody that just wants to be a.
Yeah, if you had come from work,
Does
you
the
would be able
doorman
to
get
get in.
punched a lot?
No, actually,
You gotta
one
find the
of
right person. This is right.
One of the things that all of the security staff, wherever we go, say, and management and door staff is, they love it when we come in because there's never a problem with any of our nights. There's
Right.
never a fight. There's never an issue. We're a quiet crowd, even though we're
Except
a
for
large
the
crowd.
booming music.
Yes.
We're
But
quiet.
we don't cause any problems, and we don't have people that come in that cause problems. So they really like that aspect.
And I think that's honestly what I really liked about it. Like when we went to Zuzu that night, there was just like an element of just dudes off the street, who are just like dancing up on girls and that kind of thing. And it's just like, it's kind of an aggressive vibe, and it's like, you got to figure out what the dance floor etiquette is, But it doesn't seem to really be the scene at Heroes. Heroes is
Well, I mean, a
everybody's.
place like Zuzu is set up where the floor is the dance floor. It's
Yeah.
like you have to walk through the dance floor to get to the bar.
Yeah.
It's closer proximity
Yeah,
all
yeah.
around. So,
Yeah.
there is going to be bumping into people and, stuff like that.
And here's what else I like about Heroes is the combinations of dance floor makeouts. It's like every combination you can think of.
I love that. That's my favorite thing is looking around at all the making out.
Yeah, you got
Creeping on people.
you got boy on girl, you got boy on boy, you got girl on girl. It's all happening all at once.
It's all one beautiful thing. Yeah.
Well, variety is the spice of life, so.
Certainly. So that's another bonus, I think, for the whole thing. What about the production that goes into it? Because you want it to look like a certain thing. You want it to look like we're here. Because the Middle East, I mean, Machine feels more like a dance club than the Middle East, for example. The Middle East feels like the rock club. So you have to transform it. How do you do it?
To an extent, I mean, Machine probably reminds me the most of the old school nightclub things, like
Yeah.
Man Ray was, with a DJ booth way high up, and
Right.
They have their own lights or whatever. Although I have to say, I don't mind places like TT's, where we were before the Middle East, and Middle East. I feel very at home in those kind of rock and roll environments.
Yeah.
I don't want Heroes to be in a $15 a craft cocktail kind of hipstery place.
Right.
I like us to be a little dirty around the edges because it is what we're all about, So places like the Middle East will do video projections. Just we'll do some
I'll decorate.
accessorizing of the place or whatever.
So
Yeah.
I did tea lights for the David Bowie party and some white lilies around. But we do different things. Like we'll do a little something special for Christmas. Like we have a little tree that we put up and
Yeah,
some lights. And
But it is very homespun, and we're not all about being so glossy
Yeah.
that you miss the dirt in the corner. And it helps that the lights are always down really low.
Yeah, that's true. But is it DIY? I mean, are you guys putting together projection yourself and all that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of stuff?
absolutely, yes.
Yes.
And it's just sort of figuring it out as you go along?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
We've been doing it for a while. Christine's husband Mike has helped us a lot with a lot of the projection stuff
Yeah, yeah.
over the years.
Absolutely.
So we just take the pieces of what we want and try to put it all in one place.
Yeah.
My co-conspirator Terry, who's the bartender at all of our nights, has there's the personalities of all of us involved too, and
Yeah.
she definitely will help fill a room with
Well,
that.
yeah. What was so far, do you think, what was the best spot for Heroes?
I don't know if we've actually ever found the perfect spot
Really?
for it. Yeah. In the last 12 years, going to all the different places we have, they've all had really big advantages and some things that we would have preferred to have done differently,
I will say this, though. Man Ray had girls in cages. We don't have that anymore in any place.
Right.
There's no more girls in cages clubs.
Why can't we have girls in cages anymore?
Well, you need the cages, I think.
Yeah.
We got the girls.
Productions.
Yeah.
We just need the goddamn cages.
I haven't
Machine now, they
finished
have
my welding
poles.
license. So.
They have dancer poles at machines, so that there are
Yeah,
occasionally
that's true.
girls on the poles at machines.
Yeah, that's definitely happening. And you got a little runway
yes.
at Machine, too.
Yes.
Some aerial hoop stuff would be great.
we'll
I'm
see what
really
we can
into
do.
that.
We'll take that into consideration
Were
definitely.
there? Yeah, that's one of the things that I wanted to ask was do you remember? Were there any really particularly memorable dancers in the history of Xmortis and Heroes? The ones that you were like, holy smokes, they're really going for it out there.
Well, I think that would be the what was that production company that Mike was part of?
Fantasy Factory.
Fantasy Factory. Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah,
My
we had our
goodness.
delicious dancers.
Yes, the delicious dancers. They're old, Man Ray. My
They're not
husband was
old.
well, they're not old, but
They've been
my
around for
husband was a part of the troupe back in the day.
Oh, wow.
And we still work with a lot of the
delicious
people
dancers.
who, yes, delicious
Did
dancers
they wear
who are
edible
still there.
food?
They're
been known
just
to
really
happen.
good dancers, but
Um,
yes.
These days, I would say that one of my favorite dancers, who still comes to our nights regularly, is a guy named Eddie, who I used to go from way back in the Man Ray days, and whenever he's in the crowd, I will have to do something like play Vogue by Madonna, because he will get out right on center stage and recreate the whole thing,
Yeah.
move for move, and it's just he's very charismatic, and it's always a night stopper. You know,
Yeah.
it's always
Do you
brilliant.
guys get to see a lot of splits?
When Katya
DJ
is
Paul
in,
Foley does.
He does do some splits.
Yes.
Wait, when he comes and dances at Heroes, it's quite spectacular.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
he comes with the whole outfit.
Yep.
Oh yes, his robe,
Bathrobe,
always the bathrobe.
yeah.
Yeah, the bathrobe's a classic. Fur coat.
Yes.
What about handstands? Do you get to see any of those?
Not lately.
I've been trying out handstands myself, so I'd love to debut.
Well, usually on a dance floor, there's not a lot of room to like get the momentum to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, there's
Yeah.
always-
Do you ever-
The memento comes in here. That's what I've discovered. It comes from right here.
Did you ever have to? Has there any been like you ever have to drag anybody off the dance floor? Has there ever been sex on the dance floor?
Oh, thank goodness, no.
No.
What? That's kind of hard to believe.
No,
isn't
but
It
it?
is, yeah.
there was one Xmortis at the end of the night. We were cleaning up, and one of the security staff pulled a pair of panties out of the speakers that sit on the stage. But I think that's the
Yeah.
closest we've
That
ever
sounds
come.
reasonable.
Yeah. And really, and you were talking about this before. There hasn't really been any blood on the dance floor
Absolutely.
in the
not.
history of Heroes or Xmortis.
Nobody knows this?
No.
Everybody getting along.
There's been fake blood when we've had performances.
Sure.
in
Correct.
Xmortis. Lots of
But no one's knocked each other out yet.
no.
Tons of
beautiful.
glitter too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let me ask you this. This is I think different for all DJs, but how do you feel about requests? Do you like taking them? Would you like to avoid them if you could? Do they help enhance the show at all? And just be honest. Tell us what you really feel.
Yeah.
I do take requests.
You do. Are they
and
usually harebrained or? I kind of feel because I kind of feel like I've seen like people go up to you and start shouting for things, and like I know whatever this person is saying, it's just the dumbest request. I can just tell by looking at them that it's really stupid.
Some of them can be a little off the mark.
Yeah.
Other times people will come up and request something, and like I said earlier, how I'll use my eyes and ears to see what's going on throughout the night and change what I play accordingly. Sometimes someone will come up with a request, and I will think to myself, oh my God, that's brilliant. That'll take the night in a completely new and different direction and just steer it differently. So I kind of thrive off of things like that.
Really?
I really do like it.
Yeah.
And if I can make things work, I will. And sometimes, I'm just in my own head, and they'll take me out of that and put it down a great path.
What is the best way to approach you with a request? How would you prefer it?
Just a good request.
No, I understand that, but how are we delivering the request to you? Are we just yelling at you? Are we writing it down on a piece of paper and slipping it to you?
No,
How are we
you can
doing?
just come over, and if I'm not mixing, just say, hi, I'd like to request a song. And, don't show me don't go like this to me,
Yeah.
with like 2-point
Yeah, right.
fonts and expect me to read it. If you're going to request something, I like to actually talk to people,
What about bribes? Do you accept
I
bribes?
don't accept bribes, and I do not accept tips.
Really?
I do.
But I don't.
And you're the host, so what does that mean? What do you have to do?
Well, I help with the setup.
Yeah.
So I'm down there early with Chris and Terry, and we're getting the decor done, we're getting the projection ready, and getting things ready to go. Which also means removing anything that shouldn't be there as well. And sometimes we have things that are kind of scattered around from the night before.
Yeah.
But it also means that I have to help with the promotion. I have to talk about the night online. I'll often go to other nights, like I'll hit up Ceremony, or I'll go to Cinematic, and people immediately recognize me as the Heroes girl. I
Right.
hear that a lot, so I'm often talking about Xmortis and Heroes to people. And the other big thing that I do is I walk around and I make sure everybody feels like they're at home. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to be happy. The whole thing for me is that when you get here, you're having an amazing time.
Yeah.
We are your escape. You're here because you want to have fun. You're not here because I'm going to pay $10 to see Miss Xtine. No, you're not. You're going to pay $10 because this experience is amazing, and you just want to be here and dance and make new friends and have a drink and talk with old friends. And I want to make sure that you get to do it.
Terry is behind her bar, commanding her scene. I'm in my DJ booth or DJ area,
Yeah.
doing what I'm doing, and Christine is our she's our roving ears and eyes and our roving personality, and she's the bit of us that is stuck behind. Plus, being herself, she's out there with everybody.
And you also, obviously, you would offer emotional support if it was needed.
If it was
Yeah, you
needed,
must get a lot of
absolutely.
drunk criers.
Yeah, there's got to be a lot of
I
crying.
give out a lot of advice, none of which I remember because I'm drunk too.
That's the best way to give advice to drunk people. I find a lot more empathy for drunk criers when I, in fact, am drunk myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
And-
they're the best people to do a shot with too.
And then hopefully nobody remembers
And then you
anything.
can all
Exactly,
barf
exactly.
and cry over that at home.
In this 12 years that you've been doing it, has dancing changed a lot, or is dancing still dancing? I mean, like for example, the young people, even younger than you, maybe as young as you,
Look,
maybe
guy's
younger.
dancing right now.
There's a guy dancing. Like the kids are into this grinding thing. I don't know if you guys are hip to this.
It's everywhere I
Is
go.
it coffee grinding?
It's like some kind of X-rated dancing thing.
Yeah.
And we're talking about
When
teenagers.
I go to concerts now, like that's how I judge if I'm like too old for the concert, is if there's a bunch of kids there grinding, and then I'm like,
Which
I
is
pick the wrong one
which
to
is just
go to.
people, rubbing their laps into it. It's really strange to me.
Yeah, rub your butt on their pants.
Yeah, exactly. So that's happening, with the kids. That's not what's happening in the.
So is that a kid thing or like a 1:30 a.m. thing?
I think it's more of like a slow, sexy beat kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes not.
Oh, so it's the music. That's the difference.
I think that helps, yeah.
Yeah.
If you got some really cool down tempo,
Right.
sexy thing, it's gonna make people.
Feel sexier. Do sexier
Yeah,
dances.
Yes.
There's definitely music that you like cannot grind to. I'm not a grinder myself.
I'm not
but I
a-
mean, like I can't picture anybody grinding to like some of the stuff they've been talking about, like Madonna or
Yeah,
Janet Jackson
exactly.
or Lady Gaga. You
No,
can't
but people
grind to
find
that.
a way. People that are adamant about
How do you grind
grinding.
to New Order?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I have yet to see that.
Well, I
It
mean,
could be happening. I just haven't
yeah,
seen
it could be.
from my vantage
I'm sure it's happening somewhere. But what I'm saying is, in general, has the style of dance changed? Have you seen it change as you've gone along?
I think there have been certain trends.
Yeah.
Back in the Man Ray days, where people like the Delicious Dancers
Yeah.
had their unique way of dancing, and then
Yeah.
they'd be performing and doing stuff, and then over the course of 3 weeks or a month, you'd see the crowd kind of appropriate those moves because
They
were
saw them
really
up
good.
there. They looked
Yeah,
good,
Yeah. So
and then they tried them out.
and then things change, and then it's bound to happen when people who come up with unique ways of expressing themselves
Yeah.
through movement, other people are going to see it and then appropriate that. So yeah, there's been ebbs and flows.
I mean, that's how it works. Because, like I was saying, I never learned how to dance as a kid. I think a lot of boys just grow up not knowing how to dance. Now, I've seen Chris Heavy Necker Cardo. You've seen him in action too. This man knows how to dance. He dances while he plays his guitar.
I do, but I can't honestly. I'll say this:
Go
I
ahead.
can't really dance when I don't have my guitar.
Oh, really? So you need the guitar?
It's my dance partner.
Is your,
It's
right?
I don't really know. I don't know. Like when I'm playing it, I'm like dancing with my hands. That's
Yeah.
like the way I like to play because I feel like I get more feeling out of it, and then it kind of like goes to the rest of my body. But like unless I'm creating that, I don't
Yeah.
identify with it as much.
Right. So what I did when I went is I just watched. I forget. I think I just jumped up and down when we went to Zuzu because I didn't. That's all I knew how to do.
Yeah.
And then, basically, and then when me and Stacy went, I would just watch what Stacy did.
Yeah, that's a good strategy for
that's-
when you're first starting out.
Yeah,
as
you
a
just try to
dancer,
mirror.
just-
And then, once you've got a few moves, then you can incorporate your own style.
A few moves and a couple of cocktails, and then you're good to go. You're on your own,
That's the thing. I don't drink, so a lot of the stuff, it's harder, man.
Yeah.
It's much harder.
Without any social
There's
lubrication.
no lubrication, yeah, so you're just out there like, ooh.
I mean,
Yeah, this is-
I've gone out one time it was my birthday and my friends had planned this big night out for me and I was on antibiotics for like some virus I had and I had to forgo the drinking and then I just smoked a bunch of pot before.
Well, then it's still.
So
Well, it's still-
doesn't fall in line with what you're saying at all.
No, it doesn't. But what I'm saying about it, here's what I will say about it though. If you do all this kind of stuff sober and then you still have fun, then you know it's real fun.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
it's not just the
And I
alcohol.
think there's
or
something to be said about being in a room full of people who don't have inhibitions like that.
Yeah.
You know, I think you would probably feel maybe a little bit weird about being, say, the first person on the dance floor.
Right.
But after about, a time when the floor is full, you would go, look at all these people having fun. I can join in on this. And you wouldn't necessarily need to drink to feel uninhibited.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's one of the things is that what you realize is that nobody's really judging you, you know.
Yeah.
And dancing is just really whatever you make it up to be. You know,
Exactly.
it's not a certain thing that you have to do in a certain way. You can just have your own thing, man, and let it all hang out.
It's not like hairspray.
there are
where
definitely
everyone's out
dances
doing the
for
mashed potato and synchronicity, you know.
That's true. I gotta say that when we went to some rockabilly show at the TT's, remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
And there was
yeah.
girls doing line dancing,
Yeah.
and it was awesome. But it looked really hard. I mean, like, you know,
It was hard. I
that
tried.
takes a lot of
I
work.
went to a line dancing class in Nashville because my friend really wanted to go.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
Really
Way
hard.
More choreographed than you would even imagine.
So I'm definitely more of a free form dancer.
Did you guys do square dancing in middle school?
I didn't. I never did any dancing ever.
Elementary
lesson
school.
plans.
Yeah.
Elementary school. Fourth.
I went to a private school. They were like, dances? No, just keep reading.
You were in an all boys school, right?
Yeah, they used to.
They wouldn't have dances
Yeah.
with the all girls school.
They had all girls schools shipped to our school.
Nice.
I also went
Did.
to a Waldorf school in Germany for a summer, and they taught the kids, like, you had to do a lesson plan where you taught kids something, and they teach their kids, like, how to spell by dancing the alphabet.
Wow.
And that was what my job was, to teach all these little kids who are speaking German how to dance the alphabet.
Yeah.
You should play the
I was
village
very
people.
embarrassed.
That's beautiful.
It didn't go
Yeah.
well because I didn't speak a lick of German, so
Yeah.
it was just like,
I actually took 3 years of German high school.
Really?
Might have been able to help you out.
Let me ask you this: when you're talking to German kids, and you don't know German, are you speaking to them in English with a German accent? Did you
Yeah.
throw the German accent on there?
yeah, I was doing
Hope
a
that
lot of
helps.
the. I
Yeah.
looked like an idiot.
That's natural. That's what you gotta. Best you can do.
I'm sure I gained no respect from those kids, and I didn't deserve it either.
All right, very good. Stacy, here's what I thought we would do. You
Yeah.
play a little jam,
Okay.
and we'll just show our signature moves because everybody has them.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
You guys don't have to. I'm saying
Good,
us.
good.
Just
My
us.
signature
good.
move is sitting down.
By the way, Chris, are you a good dancer?
I've been told that I can dance.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
But
good.
he's dance shy.
But he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to prove it.
He doesn't have to prove it.
He's the king. He doesn't have to prove it.
Back when I
That's
was
the
young,
luxury of
before I
being a
went
kid.
dancing, before I became a DJ, I used to go out dancing 4 or 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
In clubs. So yes,
All right,
I've been known to dance.
Stacy, got any music on there?
Yeah.
Is it playing?
Not yet.
Okay,
I can
play it.
play it.
Okay. Just enough that we can get the beat going. All right, Chris, you got to pretend you got the guitar in your hand. Come on, pal. Give it to us. Give us a little.
So a Dead or Alive song?
Yeah.
Are there guitars? Yeah.
Chris, give us a little of the.
Somebody else go first. I have to brainstorm this because it's very different for me.
Okay, I'll do mine because mine are pretty simple. Stacy, hold my camera. I got this. I only got one. I got this one. This one. I stole from Stacy, although she does it better. I do this a lot.
What do you call that one?
I don't know what I call this, but you can turn it into the signature that I invented when I have black leather gloves, which is the strangle.
The strangler.
This.
Yeah,
I do this. I do the strangle. Right? You get in there. You get in there, right? The strangle.
Should I teach people the big fish, little fish?
Yeah, hold on. And I do this a lot. I do this.
Yeah,
I don't know what
that's
that
my
is.
favorite Ken dance move.
Yeah, I do this one.
That's when you know he's
Woo!
really.
Yeah, that's when you know I'm really having fun.
Yeah.
And then I'll bring it down for the strangler. But the only thing is, like, I do this with my you can't see my feet, but I'm just going back and forth. This is all I can really do, and I have to look at my feet because I'm really afraid that I'm going to fall over the whole time.
It's a pretty safe move.
And Stacy says, stop looking at your feet,
Yeah.
but I can't because I think I'm going to fall over if I do.
Well, it's a very shoegazy move, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, I'm probably not going to fall. I don't have a history of just falling over
You
when I'm
should
standing
put
up.
a bunch of gum on the bottom of your feet so that you know, so you feel extra sticky.
Yeah, you're right. That could help. So those are my signature moves, and it's enough to get you through a night.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
all
saying.
you need
That's all I got.
You
Maybe
don't
that's
need a
all.
lot.
Yeah.
to have a good time.
Good, Stacy. You want to do yours? Because this is what started it all, Stace. You gonna do your elbow dance?
That's why we're here today.
Yeah.
Am I? I'm gonna
Yeah. Stacy's been doing this dance for
stand back here.
15
it's
years
hard
now.
to.
Just go
hard
ahead.
to do this.
Come on.
For the
Yeah!
Oh, that's good.
Right?
I like that one.
That's dancing.
That's a good dance.
I have to get into the groove a little bit.
All right, pal.
So I have a couple.
You have a you can get the Weeble Wobble and you got the rocket ship. Are you gonna do both of those?
Yeah, I'll do those, and then I'll teach one at home if you don't have
Okay,
one.
good.
That will work for any dance song.
Okay.
So the Weeble Wobble, some people know it as the Bernie, but I have my own little spin on it. It's just sort of like,
This is the one that Ken doesn't really like.
you just sort of lean back and let it flop.
Yeah, Ken
That's-
doesn't really care for that one.
That's really unsettling, right?
Yeah.
But I can lean I can go pretty
Do it
far
not
back.
behind me so people can see what you're
Oh,
doing.
right.
I can do that too.
Go ahead. You can Weeble Wobble again. Go ahead. Right over there.
Weeble Wobble
Yeah.
again?
There you go. Oh, that's so creepy.
So, is that like the front of the dance? Like when you're looking back? Is there a front and a back
There's
to dance?
no
So
front or
dances
back.
have
It works
sides?
at all angles, clearly.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And then
Hey, no, we don't have any time. Look, it's too late. We gotta go. Oh, let's get to the plugs. Heroes is Saturday.
Yeah, it's this Saturday, February 6th at Machine, and then it's Saturday, February 13th, back downstairs at Middle East.
Beautiful.
And Heroes, and Xmortis is the 12th.
Beautiful.
Yes,
February.
Friday, February 12th.
Awesome. On the show, on the radio show Friday, Yael Gavish and Blood
Yael.
Knife. Yael. Next week on Sleaze TV, Xmortis coming on to talk about the Dumpster Divas pageant. So that's gonna be good. So remember, go out dancing, everybody, and have a good time, and go to see some people and meet some people and have fun. Night, everybody. We will see you next week on the Sleazegrinder TV show. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you.
Thank you.